On today's episode of the Mentality of the New York Knicks, I want to go ahead and break down the series between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers here in the 2026 Eastern Conference Finals. I'm excited as a Knicks fan. We're about an hour and a half away from tip-off. We're looking to go to the NBA Finals for the first time since dating back to 1999, 27 years ago. And before that was the 1994 New York Knicks team against the Houston Rockets. And in 99, I still feel the pride of playing San Antonio, Tim Duncan, and David Robinson without having Patrick Ewing. With that said, let's dive right into it with these player matchups. I love the way the Knicks stack up against Cleveland. So on the defensive side of the ball, I want to put Mikal Bridges on Donovan Mitchell. I want to cut the head of the snake off just like Mikal Bridges did to Tyrese Maxey. I want to put Josh Hart on James Harden. Josh Hart is a lot younger than James Harden, who I believe is either 36 or 37 years old. And throughout the course of the series, I think that Josh Hart is going to be able to physically just attack this dude and run him off of the basketball court. I put OG Anunoby on their power forward, Evan Mobley. I have Karl-Anthony Towns on Jarrett Allen. And I have Jalen Brunson on Deed Wade. On regards to the other side of the ball, I don't know anybody on Cleveland who could guard Jalen Brunson. I know it's not Donovan Mitchell. He's not a good defender. James Harden is probably one of the worst defensive guards that I've ever seen within NBA history. And you're not going to be able to throw someone like a Dean Wade or a Max Strus on Jalen Brunson. This is a Jalen Brunson series. I expect him to go absolutely nucleus. With Jared Allen, he's not going to be able to come out and guard Karl-Anthony Towns on the perimeter. They're going to have to utilize Evan Mobley in that regard. And with Karl-Anthony Towns being a facilitator, and they're going to have to put Evan Mobley on him, in my opinion, that's going to leave Josh Hart wide open for threes if they're going to utilize the center Jared Allen to guard him. And then OG Anunoby is absolutely going to be able to feast. He's going to be able to feast. There's nobody on Cleveland that's going to be able to stop the New York Knicks on offense. I think that we match up great against Cleveland. The biggest advantage and the biggest strength that I see heading into these Eastern Conference Finals against Cleveland is our second unit against their bench in the 2026 NBA playoffs. The Knicks bench, our top five off of the bench, have a plus minus of 341 in the plus. You got Deuce McBride at plus 112, Jordan Clarkson at plus 77, Mitchell Robinson at plus 66, Jose Alvarado at plus 50, and Landry Shamet is at plus 36, which combines for a plus minus of plus 341. If you look at Cleveland, their bench is absolutely dog shit. You've got Sam Merrill as the only player coming off of Cleveland's bench with a plus minus that's in the plus at plus 44. Then you've got Jalen Tyson, -6, Keon Ellis, -19, Dennis Schroeder, -26, and Max Strus at -28. So they've got a plus minus in the playoffs of -35 in comparison to the Knicks, who's at plus 341. So I think that's our biggest strength is our bench unit against their bench unit heading into these Eastern Conference Finals. Now, the reason why I'm predicting the 4-0 sweep, just like I predicted a 4-0 sweep against Philadelphia, is for the simple fact we have Cleveland beat in every single statistical category known to basketball mankind. There's 25 team statistics that I want to highlight, and New York has Cleveland beat in each and every single one of them. And all of these rankings are going to be here in the 2026 playoffs between 16 different teams. And it goes like this. In point differential, the Knicks are at plus 194. That's an average of plus 19 points per game. That is number one all time in NBA history, plus 19.4 points per game. The number two team in NBA history was the 1971 Bucks, and I believe they were only at plus 14.5 points per game in comparison to Cleveland, who's only had a plus minus of plus 22 throughout these playoffs, which ranks sixth at only plus 1.5 points per game. If you look at points scored, the Knicks are second at 120.4. Cleveland is fourth at 110.4. In points allowed on defense, the Knicks are first at 101.1. Cleveland is ninth at 108.8. In field goal percentage, the Knicks are first at 51.7%. Cleveland is fifth at 46.5%. If you look at field goal percentage allowed, the Knicks are 44.1%, which is fourth, and Cleveland Cavaliers are ranked eighth at 46.1%. Threes made per game, the Knicks are third at 13.1. Cleveland is fifth at 12.6 threes made per game. Threes allowed on defense, the Knicks are fourth, 10.9 threes allowed per game. Cleveland is fifth with 11.1 threes allowed per game. 3-point percentage, the Knicks are first, shooting 40.8%. Cleveland is seventh, only shooting 34.0%. In free throw percentage, the Knicks are 7th at 76.4%. Cleveland is 12th at 74.6%. True shooting percentage in advanced analytic, the Knicks are first at 63.0%. Cleveland is fourth at 58.3%. In assists, the Knicks are second with 26.2 assists per game. Cleveland is 11th with 22.1 assists per game. In regards to assists allowed per game, the Knicks are fifth at 21.5. Cleveland is 12th at 24.9. In rebounds, one of our biggest strengths in this series, just like it was in Philadelphia, the Knicks are at 44.7 rebounds per game, which is fourth. Cleveland Cavaliers is sixth at 42.1 rebounds per game. In regards to rebounds allowed, the Knicks are first at 35.1. Cleveland is fourth at 40.6. In rebound differential, the Knicks lead the playoffs first at plus 9.6 rebounds per game. Cleveland is sixth at only plus 1.5 rebounds per game. Steals, the Knicks are sixth at 8.5 steals per game. Cleveland is eighth at only 7.9 steals per game. In steals allowed, the Knicks are the Knicks are sixth at 7.0 steals allowed per game, and then Cleveland is 15th at 9.5 steals per game. Turnovers committed, the Knicks are sixth at 13.3 turnovers per game. Cleveland is 15th, almost dead last at 16.6 turnovers committed per game. Turnover percentage, the Knicks are seventh at 12.2%. Cleveland is 15th at 14.9%. In regards to pace, speed of the offense, the Knicks are seventh at 95.5. Cleveland is 10th at 95.0. A defensive statistic, advanced defensive analytic, is field goal percentage against. The Knicks are fourth at 0.508%, and then Cleveland is sixth at 0.525%. The deflections, a hustle stat I wanted to highlight. The Knicks are eighth at 16.9 deflections per game. Cleveland is ninth at 16.3 deflections per game. Our offensive rating is second of 126.0. Their offensive rating is fourth, 114.5. Our defensive rating is second at 105.7. They're eighth at 112.8. And then overall net rating, when you combine both offensive and defensive ratings combined, the Knicks are first at plus 20.3. And Cleveland is sixth at only plus 1.7. So there you have it. This was the episode of the mentality of the New York Knicks. I'm excited. I'm feeling like we're going to the finals for the first time since 1999, 27 years ago. I'm feeling like we have the better matchups. We have the better team statistics. I'm feeling like it's a 4-0 sweep. Let's go Knicks.